All right, there we go. Sir, so sorry about that. We were having some technical difficulties with the audio. It was not working, so my apologies. It took a couple of minutes before it started working. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris, and this is my channel. We love comics, and I got an interesting video that hopefully will help people out there, especially newer people, because there are people that I will not flat out say they are purposely being deceitful, although they may. I'm just going to assume that this seller did not know, and we'll leave it at that because, you shouldn't assume because you never know. But I have a comic where I wasn't even planning on doing a video today because, like I said, if I didn't get 100 likes in the other video, I wasn't going to do one because I know today's Mother's Day, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. So if not enough people basically wanted a video, that meant they were spending the day with their mother, which I totally understand about. But when I was about to make a video that I was going to post tomorrow, it wasn't going to be a live one, I did the comic and everything, did the video, and then I looked at it and I'm like, something about this book is not right. And then I started doing some investigation. And this is one of the things that I want to stress to people. Now, I'm going to show you the comic. I'm going to show you everything. So if you're seeing the video unavailable, just refresh because I had to restart everything. So if you cannot see what's going on, hit refresh. And everything should be right there. Now, Mac the Comic Hunter, so I'm scared to buy anything off of eBay with all the scams. Don't be scared because one of the things is with eBay protection, you'll get your money back. And one of the reasons why I do it, because some people say, well, Chris, especially recently, you had now the second book where you could have gotten scammed. Why are you doing it? It's like, number one, I'm not afraid to take chances because remember, I took a chance on this book and it ended up being a lot better than it actually was what I thought it was. So I'm not afraid to take chances. Number two, I know that I have eBay protection. Number three, I do research so I know what to look for and know what to avoid and know what might not be right. And also, I do it so this way you guys will as you watch videos like this, learn that maybe I should do research. Maybe I should learn about books. Don't be afraid because then you're going to miss out on deals because for every one scammer, there's 500 that aren't. So don't let a few bad apples spoil the tree, but I'm going to explain what happened. And like I said, knowledge is power. So these videos, I want to stress to people, if you do not take the time to study what you're investing in, you're going to fail more than you'll ever succeed. I mean, just imagine if you just spent thousands of dollars on a tip on a stock, and you didn't do any research about that stock. You just heard some tip, and then all of a sudden, within a week, you lose all your money. Excuse me. Sorry. It's nobody's fault but your own if you don't study and you don't research. So as soon as I unpackaged this video, this comic, I knew something wasn't right. So I did some investigation. So let me first show the book. Sometimes it's too good to be true. Sometimes it's somebody that doesn't know what they're selling. It's sometimes somebody trying to already get away with something. I already contacted the seller and they immediately said they're going to issue me a refund right away. So does that mean they knew about it? Because this book actually was sold 2 other times. This exact book was sold 2 other times from that seller. So either somebody else knew about it or they returned it. So if they didn't know the first time, they had to have known the second or third time. So this person's trying to get away with it. So what I did was I rated them and told in the rating that this book is a scam. Do not buy it. So people the other day asked me, how come I don't put people's names out? Because to me, I believe fully in karma. If you put out bad, negative energy, you're going to get bad, negative energy. But to give an honest rating, when you buy something on eBay, make sure you check a person's ratings. Read what other people have said about that person. And if you see negative ratings, you should say, well, maybe I should stay away from this person. Or if anything, like I said, take a chance, but make sure you know what to look for. So here's the book that I spent a total of only $250 on. This is Walking Dead #1. Now, I already own the complete set. I know what it looks like. When I saw this cover, I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't look right. Okay, first thing I notice, the name of the 2 artists, Tony Moore, Robert Kirkman and Tony Moore. Robert Kirkman, obviously, the creator. Tony Moore at the time was the artist, is all the way to the edge. They're supposed to be a little bit further. The zombie is supposed to be completely in this image. You can notice it's a little cut off. I also noticed this one staple was popped out. Now, I own the original. I have the original first print. Now, I'm going to show you a comparison. Look at the cover. Look how light this cover is. And this is an authentic one I got graded years ago. I got the whole set. See how yellow and how light that is? Now look at this one. See how it's darker? So right there I knew. So then I started looking on eBay. And I saw a couple of them. And again, lighter color. So I look at the centerfold. You may not be able to see it. But see right underneath that staple? There's an additional hole. Might not be able to see that right there? Which means somebody popped out one of the anniversary insides and put on a fake copied facsimile and stapled it on. So if you did not know anything about this book, you would sit there and say, wow, I just got a Walking Dead #1 for $250. But because I know what to look for, and I did research, and I looked into it, I noticed the extra holes in the centerfold. That means this is not the original cover. This is not a first print as they claimed it to be. And again, here is a actual first print. Look at the color difference. So I'm getting my money back. So I'm not worried about that. So some people will say things like, why do you take the chance? Like I said, if you know what you're doing, you're less likely to fail. So I take a chance on this because if this was a legitimate thing, $250 is a steal for this book. But I will be getting my money back. So no harm, no foul. But what this does is allows me to do videos to show people that there are, at worst, liars and cheaters, and at best, people who don't know the comics that they have, and they're trying to sell things that are not what they assume them to be. Now, that is the responsibility of the seller. Whether they knew about it or not, I'll never really know. Because no one's ever going to admit, oh yeah, you caught me, I was trying to scam you. No one's ever going to admit that. They're all going to say, I didn't know. So I do have to take them at face value because I can't really prove it and you never know. Somebody may have bought this from somebody else and didn't know. So we cannot assume that everybody's a stinking liar. But there are plenty of them out there. Like I made the video about a month ago about the Chinese scam that they're doing on eBay. But it's your fault if you don't research, if you don't know what you're buying. If you just blindly buy something because you saw on somebody's video they said you should buy it and you know nothing about it, you are going to be scammed more times than you would like, and you are going to end up exiting the hobby, or like that one person said, being so afraid to ever buy something. So you have to know what you're doing. If you don't research the things that you purchase, don't be too upset if you get screwed. So I'm not trying to be mean, I'm trying to get people, and that's why I don't mind taking a hit, because I'm not really taking a hit. I'm actually now able to make a video that's going to help somebody else be very careful about the comics they buy. I don't want people to be afraid. I don't want people to be discouraged. But what I want people to do is verify the books. Make sure you look inside the book. If it seems a little different, research it. Look online at other comics. Like I said, look at the color comparison between an actual one and this one. As soon as I took this out of the box, I started saying this cover just does not seem right. So I started doing some, examinations on it. And then I noticed this staple is kind of on the front, while this one is where it's looks like where it's supposed to be. But it looked popped out. So I opened the centerfold because unless a person is actually really good at it, it may leave another hole if they try and restaple it. So whoever did this did a very bad job, because first of all, this is trimmed right along here. And then when I did further inspection, I found out all the other problems. So this is a fake book. It is not a genuine first print. The person was either being dishonest or didn't know, so I'm just going to assume they didn't know because I don't really care. I made sure I put in their ratings because they only had 4 ratings, so it's going to be very easy to spot it. So now they're going to have like a 75% rating, and I said that this book is a scam. If you don't research what you're spending your money on, you have a higher risk of being scammed. So I'm trying to get people, like I said, I don't mind taking the chance on these because now I can make a video trying to protect people and make them think better. Be responsible. Don't just go on 50 different YouTube channels that shoot out the flavor of the month book and not research. Even my videos, just because I tell you to buy a book or something that I recommend does not, keep you from doing your research to make sure the book that you're buying is the right price or the right, volume or just not trimmed. You have to know these things if you don't want to get scammed. If you go in blindly, like I've said before, you will get what you give. So I will be getting my money back on this. The only bad thing is, at the time when I bought this, I didn't have money in my bank account, so my bank charged me a lovely $62 overdraft fee, which I'm really not happy about. So I am technically going to be taking a $62 loss on this book. But you know what? If it helps somebody else, I don't mind doing that. So I will get my original $250 back. The person was almost responded within 5 minutes. That leads me to believe, because like I said, this same book from that same seller was listed 2 times before as sold and then relisted it. So I have a sneaking suspicion that this person may have known. I can't confirm it, nor am I going to make that assumption. But, sometimes, like they say, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's usually a duck. So, please, if you could take any advice from anything from my channel or anybody else's, make sure you know what you're purchasing. Make sure you examine it. Because remember, the video I did the other day, that Hulk 180, which, by the way, I've already sent back, so I'm waiting for them to receive it. They haven't gotten it yet. And I'll get my money back for that. That person said in the auction that the Marvel value stamp was in there. Maybe they were hoping that I wouldn't check. If you don't check, you're the one that gets stuck with the loss. So make sure you do your due diligence. So you have to be careful. You don't want to assume. If something doesn't seem right, trust your instincts. So this Walking Dead #1 is not genuine. Again, I have a genuine one, and you could see the color difference. This book has basically the 10th anniversary reprint, and they put a different facsimile cover and stapled it on, and stapled it quite badly, to be honest. I mean, it was almost laughable how easy it was to spot. But if you never checked, you would never know. So if you're one of those people that buys this book and then just puts it right in your comic box, and then 6 months later you decide I'm going to get it graded and it comes back being a facsimile, you're going to be pretty mad. Now, as bad as it is that somebody did that wrong or made that mistake, because remember, not everybody's a lying thief. Some people may not know. As bad as that is, if you didn't know what you were buying and you didn't bother to check it, that's just as much your fault. So you have to take responsibility, and I hope videos like this will keep instilling this and driving it home. Don't be scared. This does not scare me from buying on eBay. It just means that I took a chance, and sometimes, you know what? When you play Russian roulette, sometimes you find the bullet. The good thing about stuff like this, there's nothing that'll kill you. So I'll get my money back, and yes, I lost $62 because of the fact of having an overdraft fee, because at that time, it was during the weekend when I bought it, and my bank was lovely enough to charge me the fee as soon as they opened. So even if I got there as the bank opened to put the deposit in, I would have gotten the bank charge anyway. So I'm not happy with my, it's actually a Federal Credit Union, but $62 is absolutely ridiculous because they tried it twice and charged me $31 each time without even notifying me. So I am taking that little loss. That's not the norm, because normally I have money in the bank. That one particular time, I didn't have enough. But I knew even for the price, if this was genuine, $250, I knew I might get that bank fee. It still would have been worth it. So I don't regret it. It's not going to stop me from buying on eBay. And I'll get my money back. So it's worth taking the chance on, especially knowing that videos like this, especially if you're new out there, or even somebody that's extremely experienced, they might need to get that reminder. Don't take stuff for granted. Just because a person says a specific thing is the way it is does not mean that's what it is. They could be lying, or they could just not know. So it's up to you to make sure, because like they say, el caveat emptor, buyer beware. So if I would have not checked this, if I would have just sat on it, I would think, wow, I got a great deal on a book that ultimately would come back fake. That's my fault if I don't check, regardless of if the person being dishonest or naive. There's no excuse for the naivety because this person should know. So now if this person now definitely knows, and if they try and list this, I will look on eBay and I will report the person. But I made sure I put in their negative rating that this is a fake. So people will be very weary. And if somebody buys it without looking at their rating, that's the buyer's fault. So that's why when people say, how come you don't say the person's name? Check the ratings of people you buy from. If you see a lot of negatives, if you see somebody wrote, oh, the person put a fake cover on a comic and you choose to buy from that person anyway, well, hello, McFly, that's probably not the best decision. So I want people to make sure they do their research. They verify the books. Just because you see a picture of something on eBay doesn't mean that's exactly what you're going to get. Because a lot of these dishonest sellers are hoping you don't check. Or wait until it's past the deadline to get your money back. So I am very glad that these things happen. I don't regret taking the chances. I already own the book, like I said. I have a graded one signed by Tony Moore. I have the complete set, but for $250, it would have been worth taking the chance on another one. But I'll get my money back and take a $62 loss to educate all of you. So to me, it's worth it. And if you guys appreciate my little sacrifice here to be able to take a chance, but to make a video to teach you what to do, to reinforce the ability to make sure you do your own research and know what you're investing in, give it a thumbs up, share this video, get it out there, and make sure you do your homework. Because this person, just like the other comic, they sent it to the wrong person. And now I'm going to get my money back, and they're going to get their piece of garbage lying comic back. Because they could pretend that they didn't know, but now they do. What they do from here, that depends on their integrity. So thanks for listening, everybody. Hope you appreciated this video. Today's surprise subscriber shout-out will go to Hal Jax. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out, everybody. Have fun, and don't be scared. It happens, but don't let it happen to you by studying what you're investing in. Be smart.